Who's that? Commander Claw. Who's bad? Commander Claw.
Yo, 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 welcome back to another episode of Breaking Brews. We are on the release spoiler right now on MTG Foundations and the Foundations Jumpstart. And I'm telling you, I got my hoodie on, I got my hat on, I'm locked in, I'm focused, I'm trying to bring y'all quality content explaining these commanders. And we're going to start off with Shroofus Sproutshire. For those who love saprolings as tokens, creatures, tribal, saproling tribal, all that jazz, we have something new for you today. Shroofus Sproutshire is a 3 mana legendary creature, saproling himself, on a 1/1 body with trample. He says, whenever a saproling you control deals combat damage to a player, create that many 1/1 green saproling creature tokens into play. All those saps. I do have another video about saprolings. Tell you more about that later on. But let me explain what you should do with this guy. First of all, I love his flavor text. His laughter and everything else about him was infectious. So literally, this commander is a go-wide strategy. When you attack with a saproling, you create that many 1/1 other green sapling creature tokens, and you put them on the battlefield. Woo! So what I think most players are, if you decide to put him as your commander, the biggest thing you're going to overlook, he is a 1/1 creature. So when you are building your deck, you need to have several giant growth effects to use during combat. So what do I mean? He's 3 CMC, you play him, let's say the 4th turn, you go to attack. Remember, he's a 1/1. Most of the time, your opponents will have a 1/1/2 block, and they can block a 1/1. So that's why you need giant growth effects to give it +3/+3 and make it a 4/4 during your attack. So when your opponents have a blocker, the trample goes over and you're able to create at least one green sapling creature token. The more, the merrier. I'm pretty sure you're going to catch an opponent off guard the first time. They're not going to think you have a giant growth effect. So, like I said, as a reminder, build this deck with a bunch of giant growth effects. So, as you see, a lot of these giant growth effects are going to capitalize on how many creatures you control. Okay, so for example, Might of the Masses for 1 green mana, and honestly, I did all the work for you all. I'm giving you 4 giant growth effects that have synergy for each creature you control. Anyway, back to Might of the Masses. 1 green mana, instant. Target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each creature you control. For 1 mana, if you have 4 creatures out, that creature gets +4/+4. Gross. Okay, next card. Get a leg up for 1 green mana. Until end of turn, target creature gets +1/+1 for each creature you control and gains reach. The reach part is a very defensive mechanic, so that allows creatures to block creatures with flying. So you could use this for defensive purposes. However, if you decide to attack, you get +1/+1 for each creature. Echoing Courage, right here on the left-hand side, for 2 mana. Instant. Target creature and all other creatures with the same name as that creature gets +2/+2. That is great. All the green sapling tokens you control, they have the same name. They're going to get +2/+2. Over here for the family, another 1 green mana. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If you control 4 or more creatures, that creature gets +4/+4 until end of turn. Now we're staying here in the combat phase. First of all, majority of players know the card Coat of Arms. I have it small right here. So the card to your right is just a replacement or redundancy for Coat of Arms. Coat of Arms is a very powerful artifact that capitalizes giving each creature +1/+1 for each other creature on the battlefield that shares at least one creature type with it. It goes crazy. So, to the right-hand side, we have Bellowing Tangleworm. For 5 mana, it's a 4/4 worm that has Intimidate. Intimidate says this creature can't be blocked except by artifact creatures and or creatures that share a color with it. So your your 1/1 green saprolings Can't be blocked except by green creatures or artifact creatures. Because the bottom part says other green creatures you control have Intimidate. It's a pseudo coat of arms that works with it. Going wide strategy, 5 CMC on the right pace and momentum of your deck going green Stompy. This card works. Okay, so these are cards you may have missed if you are a new player to Magic. I'm going to recommend Shroofus Sproutshire to be a card in the 99. And these are upcoming three, not upcoming, but I have three commanders that are Saproling Tribal that you could capitalize. If you never played with them, I will explain their, not mechanic, like the whole overall strategy with them and how they feel as a deck. I play Saprolings a lot, so I feel like I'm very knowledgeable of these guys. First up, we have Nemata Primeval Warden. For 4 mana, black green, Golgari colors, and 2 colors, it is a legendary tree folk. It has the ability Reach. It says, if a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. When you do, create a 1/1 green sapling creature token. It also says, tap a green, sack a saproling. Sacrifice a saproling. Nemata Primeval Warden gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Tap 2 mana, black and colors. Sacrifice 2 saprolings, draw a card. He is a 3/4 creature. This card is very nasty. He has the Graveyard Seal, which is the second ability, where creatures die, but they get exiled, so you will not see them again. The only creatures you can possibly see again are the commanders, and they have to pay a commander tax. This is your opponent. That is very good because people who play a lot of board wipes will want to target a creature. They're incentivized to get rid of it because they won't see it again. No reanimation effects. Nemata is really good if you plan on attacking or even being defensive. He also has an aristocrat ability. So this death trigger where you sacrifice a sapling, he gets +2/+2. You're encouraged to swing for commander damage. Also, he has reach. So I'm telling you, this is the most important thing about this guy is reach. Your opponents will forget that you have a creature with reach. They think they're going to come by and hit you with one of their flying angels, flying demons. And no, sir, Nemata is a giant tree folk, and you sacrifice a sapling, that little 6/6 demon is gone. Because all you have to do is pay 2 green mana, and sacrifice 2 saplings, he becomes a 7/8? Disgusting. And he has card draw on him. So what you want to do here? He's versatile. Really cool, fun commander. Okay, we have Slimefoot the Stowaway. For 3 mana, black green colorless is a fungus, legendary creature, 2/3 body. He says whenever a sapling you control dies, Slimefoot deals 1 damage to each opponent and you gain 1 life. Tap 4 mana, create a 1/1 green sapling creature token. This is awesome with Shroofus Sproutshire because he's creating a bunch of saplings, and you can play Slimefoot on a later turn after you created a bunch of saplings with Shroofus. And whenever those saps die, you're pretty much draining life from your opponents, and you're gaining life. So if your opponent does not have a board wipe that says exile, this Blood Artist ability goes off. Okay, it will go off. Exiling and dying are 2 different things. Exiling bypasses the Blood Artist ability. Dying triggers it. Yeah, really fun commander. Black green aristocrat abilities. Yeah, let's go. All right, one of my top 5 favorite commanders I've ever built, the Mycotyrant. Super fun, super fun. For 3 mana, black green colors, the Mycotyrant is a legendary elder fungus with XX. Actually, not even XX, star. The lore on this guy is super cool. If you don't know, the Lost Caverns of Ixalan is literally a fungus that took over the caves of Ixalan and the entire realm. And the whole story of Ixalan is the people are trying to prevent the fungus from taking over, but the fungus actually had a brain. And long story short, they thought they killed the fungus, but the fungus actually doesn't die because it's spread out so thin that it's still part of its brain somewhere. So there's a, sorry to go on the lore a little bit, but there is a card that returns permanence into play in the Lost Caverns of Ixalan, where it's the fungus with a pirate hat on it. That is the Elder Fungus Mycotyrant, still surviving out there. Anyways, let me get back to the card's ability. I gotta summarize it. It is a trampling monster and encourages you to play permanent heavy cards and put them into your graveyard so you can swing with a star commander. And star gets really nasty quick. He has trample. The Mycotyrant's power and toughness are each equal to the number of creatures you control that are fungus and or saprolings. So if you have Shroofus, he makes all those saps. Drop in the Mycotyrant, he's maybe a 10-10. Okay? Actually, 11-11 because you got to count him. He's a fungus. At the beginning of your end step, create X 1/1 black fungus creature tokens with this creature can't block, where X is the number of times you descended this turn. Descend says you descend each time a permanent card is put into your graveyard from anywhere. So, on your turn, when you happen to mill yourself or put cards from your hand into your graveyard, yeah, that is descending. They just need to be a permanent. And trust me, the entire, that's easy to do. It's easy to do and it's fast. You can mill your entire library and he can become a 50-50 if you really wanted to. He is a must remove commander, very inconspicuous. That's what I like about him. Honestly, your pod, if you play this guy, you got maybe 2 games where you play with him where they do not let him stay on the battlefield after that. Guaranteed. Anyway, Shroofus is the 99 for this guy. If you enjoy playing Saps, I got another video on Slimefoot. Yeah, I'm going to put that video right over here. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more MTG Foundation set and me talk about them, go ahead and let me know in the comment section or hit the like button or share. Hey, this is fun. Praise.